by the power of Grayskull.
Hello, this is just a quick review for Predator Hunting Grounds. It's available to download this weekend, I think. What's the date? It's it's from the 27th to the 29th, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Gets released next month, so you're allowed to play it. So if you're watching this within those dates, then download it. This is like the customization. You get to change your weapon loadout. You get to change like your war paint and the mask and stuff like that, and your body armor. Again, I think it's pointless getting all these different coloured variants of the same armor. It's just a waste. What they should do is just have the Predator just looking the way the Predator does, and then just customize more on the weapons and stuff like that, because you can get some decent weapons for the Predator. You get the disc, you get his spear, you get the net gun, you get like a shotgun, plasma shotgun, you get like a machete, and you get something else as well. But it's basically just a multiplayer online game. I don't think there's a story mode. What it should do is just basically have the whole story mode should just be where you're the Predator, or maybe you're the army, and you go in there, recreate the first movie, go in there, you're Dutch, you look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, you're with the rest of the cast from the movie, you're making your way through, you take out the guerrilla camps and stuff like that. And then once you've done that, then you come across the Predator and you end up having like the movie scenarios basically played out until you fight it at the end as Arnie, and you've got to set all your little Boy Scout traps and stuff like that. And you know, it's just one of those things where they've missed a trick. They've got it really good, but they've went for a more of an online multiplayer kind of scenario more than like a Predator game. But I still think it's half decent. Like, I'm not really into first-person shooters anymore. I used to be when I was younger, but I'm sick of them now. So it's one of those things where you basically start off, you pick your loadout, you pick what your guy wants to look like, stuff like that, but you obviously got to play it a bit more for it to unlock everything. You earn cash, and then you spend it on like different baseball caps and shit like that. It's basically, you come in to an area, you've got a big open map, you've got 3 objectives to do, and then once you've done those 3 objectives, it tells you to do like the next one, obviously, and you go on. But once you've done one objective, then some backup turns up. The AI is dreadful on this. You can shoot people, you can like shoot them from miles away, because you can see them, especially if you're the Predator, or if you're even like just an army guy, and you can shoot like, say, a sniper, and he doesn't react. You can shoot him and kill him, but he can't see you. You know, like you haven't activated him yet because you haven't got close enough. So the need to like sort that out, and also the AI is very you have to get really close to them in order for them to see you. If you're not very close, then you can basically sneak by them without them seeing you. I don't know. It's just one of those games where they've concentrated on the online more than they have the actual content and the like source material. But I think that's just the kind of game they're going for. They're just going for a game where it's multiplayer online, because I think they're trying to tap into that market where it's the online community. Obviously, this is what people like playing, isn't it? Like death matches and stuff. But this should have just been like a mode on the game. This should have just been like an online deathmatch. Should just be something you can do. It shouldn't be the full game. Like I said, it's only a beta, and I haven't played it all. I've only put it on and started a private match with my friend, so we could test it out and see what it was like. So that's all I've done really. So hopefully there is story missions and stuff. But like I said, you should do all the army stuff first, and then once you've completed the game that way, obviously coming across the Predator as you go along the different missions, and then that once you've completed the game, you unlock the opportunity to be the Predator, and you can play through again, but as a Predator. That would make the game a lot better. But it is cool if you're a Predator fan. If you're a Predator, not of the older, like the original movie. That's the only one I like. Maybe number 2 as well with Danny Glover wasn't too bad. But all the rest after that were a bit woeful. Number 1 with Arnie and Carl Weathers is the best. But like I said, it's better to shoot from the hip because the accuracy, you can shoot through the iron sights, but it's harder to shoot that way. I find it's just easier to shoot from the hip. But do you see, like the AI isn't very good. Like it's not very challenging. Like if you can see on the map, all the red triangles are the enemy, and they'll just hover around outside and then come in one by one. And even when they do come in, you see them like he's like different, but some of them are there to see how they walk into the room first, and then they'll stop right in front of you, and that's when they see you. They don't actually like see you from far off. Like, to see how close he had to get there before he could start shooting us. And depending on what gun you've got, as you can see, I'm constantly reloading because you don't really have very big clips, but you can upgrade those and you can get extended magazines and stuff. This is the Predator gameplay, and this is a lot better. This is what the game should have been like. Those red lines on the branches there are like ways that you can actually maneuver around the trees. You can here found a pig and you can actually feed on it, get your energy back. There's just little stuff like that is good if you're a Predator fan. Obviously you can leap and bound anywhere you want. If you hold L1, you get like a mortar kind of range, kind of target, like an arc, and you can see where you would land, and then you can just basically leap to anywhere you want to go. While you've got your heat vision on like this, that blue bar in the bottom right corner, that like wastes out, that's the energy you've got in your suit. So obviously you can't use it on forever, but it does help pick out some of the guys that are more harder to see when you're just looking through the normal vision like this. Like I said, there was only me and my friend on the map, so I'm actually trying to find him here. Because if you look at the time at the top, we only had 8 minutes left. So you're timed to either get all the objectives done as the army, or if you're the Predator, you basically just got to wipe everyone out. You don't actually have any other objectives than that. You can still go around there. Can you see that's like the mortar, like leap kind of thing? You can just pick a spot and then press X, and you can like jump. And you can just leap that way. But if you press X next to a tree where it's red, you can actually climb up the tree, and you can like scale up it. It's like I said, it's okay. They've got the beginnings of what would be a really good game if it was just all based like this. If it was all just third person like this would be amazing. And you had to be Predator, and you had to do, like I said, the original movie, because that had the best story. And it's just, that's what the fans are asking for. This is on the right line, I've got to admit. The fact that you're in third person view for the Predator is good, and you're not just stuck in first person. I think you should be able to go in third person for the army guys as well. I think that would make it easier. But you could just have alien planets and stuff like that, where you're actually on the home planet of the Predators, and you're like doing objectives and, like climbing up walls and like traversing the whole environment that way, collecting things, and then you get in your ship and you fly down to Earth. And they could have just done a lot more to it, but like I said, they've just basically concentrated on playing it as a multiplayer, because that's where they think everyone wants to play online, just deathmatching against each other. But to me, it gets a bit boring after you've played 2 or 3 matches. It's like same old. But maybe it's just because it's it's just a beta and it's not exactly finished yet. Maybe it's that, and they're going to add more modes and stuff like that. Maybe stick a storyline in there, like a story mode. But yeah, it's like one of those games where if you're a fan of the movie franchise, or any movie really of the Predator movies, you're going to enjoy it because you get to be the predator, like you can see, and you can pick people off. But it's just shit how you're up against time, because these are just AI people. But obviously, if you're playing in a full map, these are all going to be other people that you're fighting against. But they won't stand still like that. You know, they'll be running around, and it is quite hard to hit a moving target, because I found the default sensitivity on the analog stick is very sensitive. So you're gonna have to turn that down to like your own preference, because it's very sensitive. But like I said there, look, I'm shooting the AI and he's not dying, and then he finally dies. He doesn't react though. You can just shoot him for fun, and he doesn't have any kind of response. But it's definitely worth playing if you've got the room. I think it's 22 gig, and it's only a beta, so obviously it's only here for the weekend. But if you've got the space to put it on your hard drive, then definitely get it and just test it out. It's worth playing, because no doubt it's going to be full price when it does come out. So you want to have a little test of it now. And getting a good playthrough. But it's the full game anyway, and it's there to download only for the 27th of March to the 29th, 2020. So just like I said, go to the PlayStation Store now as soon as you can, as soon as you watch this, and hopefully you'll still have time to play it. But yeah, that's it. So, say that.
You are a smelly pirate hooker.